and the All Indiana Podcast Network. This is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast for Thursday, October 31st. We begin with news out of Miami County, where a large warehouse has been gutted after a fire. It happened sometime last night on County Road 4028 West 200 North outside Peru. We know the building was owned by the company Don's Amusements, an arcade equipment supplier. The Peru fire chief tells us multiple departments were working to contain the fire into the late evening hours Wednesday. During those efforts, he said water had to be shuttled in because there were not fire hydrants near the scene. Right now, it is still unclear how the fire started. And we head into day 12 of the Delphi Murders Trial, coming off of an in-depth testimony from a psychologist yesterday regarding what prosecutors are calling a confession by suspect Richard Allen. News 8's Kyla Russell reports on the key moments from day 11.
Psychologist Monica Walla treated suspect Richard Allen the entire time he was in the Westville Correctional Facility. The jury heard her testimony for about 5 hours, with details on his confessions and how she treated him. The most specific and notable confession came on May 3rd of last year, when Richard Allen gave a rundown of exactly what happened on the day the girls died in February of 2017. He told Walla he had gone to see his mom and was going to go to lunch, but decided not to. Instead, he came home, drank 3 beers, and went to the Monon High Bridge. It was there he said he saw Abby and Libby. He followed them, and a bullet fell from his gun. He said to the girls, "Down the hill." He also told Walla he had planned on raping them, but saw a van and became scared. He then told the girls to cross Deer Creek, killed them, and covered their bodies with sticks. This was not the first time he confessed, though. Some of his other confessions included him saying he killed the girls, and he hoped he got the chance to apologize to their families. He also said he murdered them himself a number of times. These confessions came as Allen was in solitary confinement for over a year and was severely mentally ill, laying down in and consuming his own feces, banging his head against the walls, and refusing meals. First, she thought his behavior wasn't genuine, but later said it got to the point that it didn't matter if he was faking it or not, because he was truly deteriorating. Allen was on 2 different kinds of suicide watch, close observation and constant. He also had 3 involuntary injections, one specifically for banging his head. On the stand, the psychologist also noted she had been following the case for years, even before Richard Allen was in her care. She admitted to using a prison database to look up info and later spoke to Allen about his supporters, saying there are people on your side out there. We also heard from Brad Weber, who owns property near the trails. On the day the girls went missing, he told investigators he went to work, then worked on ATM machines. His story is different now. He says he drove straight home from work. Weber raised his voice and the defense served him a subpoena on the stand. We're told we'll hear 2 hours of audio coming up. Reporting here in Delphi, I'm Kyla Russell for Wish TV. WishTV.com or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Richard Allen's defense team is once again pushing to show the jury evidence involving the ancient religion Odinism and claims of ritualistic sacrifice. This marks the second time Allen's attorneys have filed this motion since the trial began. They argued that sticks were placed on the girls' bodies in a specific pattern, which they believe to be part of a ritual. So far, the judge has denied the defense's request to introduce Odinism to the jury. There's no word yet on when she might rule on this latest attempt. Let's talk sports. The Pacers held on for an intense overtime win in a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals, despite blowing a 21-point lead late in the game. Boston rallied to force OT, but with time running out, Pascal Siakam nailed a 3 to put the Pacers ahead for good, sealing a 135-132 victory. The Pacers snapped a 3-game losing streak and handed the defending champion Celtics their first loss of the year. The Pacers' next game is tomorrow when the team travels to New Orleans to face the Pelicans. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. Well, the Colts head coach Coach Steichen says he made the call to bench quarterback Anthony Richardson. He told reporters that Richardson taking himself out of the game against the Texans on Sunday without being injured had nothing to do with that decision. Richardson plans to use this as a learning experience.
It's a difficult thing, but again, it's my obligation to 53 guys in this organization, to win football games.
Whatever role they need me in as of right now for the team, I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to dive into it. And like I said, I'm still going to prepare as if I am the starter because you never know what's going to happen.
As for this Sunday night, the Colts have announced that Joe Flacco will start against the Vikings. Well, we are just one day away from the hottest ticket in town, Taylor Swift's Era Tour stop. Even if you didn't snag tickets to go to the show, you can still get some exclusive merch ahead of the shows this weekend. The merch stands at the Indiana Convention Center opened yesterday, and we talked to a few fans who went by to check it out, who were pleasantly surprised.
We were expecting a really long line, so we cleared kind of our afternoon, but we found the hall and the lines were surprisingly pretty clear, so we were really excited about that.
Organizers say security is their top priority. Guests will be required to go through a metal detector and bag check. The merch stand can be found in Hall I at the Convention Center. It opens this morning at 10 and runs until 8 tonight. Let's talk weather now. Storm Track 8 says you can expect cloudy and breezy conditions today, along with some storms. Meteorologist Marcus Bailey has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
I still think we're a couple hours away before we have to worry about any showers, so we should be okay at the bus stop. We should be okay for your drive into work this morning. Upper 60s to lower 70s so far. Wind speeds are around 20 miles per hour. It's already still gusty, and that's ahead of this front that's going to be moving through. So I think we have another day of kind of some gusty winds that we'll have to contend with. There's your cold front. It is dragging through Illinois and already knocking on the door of northwestern Indiana. Again, a few hours away, and when the front end of this front moves through here, that's when you could get some gusty storms. Storm Track 8 Futurecast, as we walk you through hour by hour, I don't think we get this rain to arrive until probably around lunchtime. And on the front end of that, that's when, you could have some thunder, you could have some gusty storms. As we speed ahead to around 3 or 4 o'clock, the steady rain races out of here, and I'm hopeful by that 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. window, as we hit trick-or-treat times, that any rain that's left over is very spotty and very light. So the most consistent rain happening around and just after lunchtime. In terms of severe weather, again, that would happen around that lunchtime hour, south of Indy, possibly with some gusty winds. Highs will be in the lower 70s as we head into the afternoon hours for the day today. So a little bit cooler than the last couple of days. Coming up, we'll talk more of that hour-by-hour rainfall as we gear up for trick-or-treating hours for tonight. We do turn sharply cooler as we kick off the month of November tomorrow. We'll talk more about that in my Storm Track 8 forecast coming your way in just a few minutes.
To get a look at Marcus Bailey's full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com, or you can download our Storm Track 8 app. And don't forget to check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs. And we wrap things up today with a sweet story for you. It is time to reveal this month's Golden Apple Award winner. The award comes with a $2,000 cash prize, a school supply shopping spree, a trophy, and a surprise visit from Daybreak's Hanna Mordoh. This month's winner is a reading specialist in Wayne Township who makes students of all ages feel special. Take a listen.
Sanders School is special. It serves students in kindergarten to 22 years old from 5 different school districts with a specialized alternative day school program.
So we work with students who have some significant behavioral and emotional challenges. However, we do this work in a way that's respectful and protects the dignity and grace of that student.
Principal Taryn Bouchard says no one does this better than this teacher.
Hold them in, get to know them, build relationships first. She is a phenomenal teacher. She knows exactly how to get any student, regardless of their entry point into learning, to become a reader.
She's a reading specialist and works with kids of all ages, but she's also known as the spirit, the morale booster at this school.
She is joy and passion and love all wrapped into one person. To watch her, even in the hallway when she's passing by, she's checking in with people, and she just truly has a gift for knowing individuals and protecting the humanity in all of us.
She plans staff birthdays as part of the leadership team, even decorates the hallway displays, but is known most for being there when needed.
She's a beautiful human. and passionate about everything that she does. She was my saving grace when I first got hired.
She helped Jennifer Collins get her kindergarten and first grade students through the pandemic.
She just has the most calming vibe and always smiling.
Together, the two created a reading system, and this teacher has managed to connect with every student ever since.
And it could just be simple conversation about what's happening in life, and then they just become one, kind of that's their trusted human now. So, and everything's okay because she's my safe person.
She is a safe space just because no matter the situation, she doesn't judge people. She gets a lot of students to buy in and they feel safe with her. I mean, that's the big thing.
Adam Honeycutt says she's sort of the mom of the school. As a mom herself, she brings that compassion to his middle school students and fellow teachers.
She's somebody who is very caring and goes above and beyond for all students and staff.
Her students agree.
She's a really kind-hearted person. She's like Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony.
Yeah?
Rainbows, butterflies. There's not a single person here that doesn't like her.
She's cool.
What makes you feel so good when you work with her?
Because I feel comfortable with her.
That's why 6 people at this school nominated her for the Wish TV Golden Apple Award.
When you heard that she won the Wish TV Golden Apple Award, what'd you think?
I was just I stood up from my desk. That's amazing! It brought tears to my eyes. It did. I'm not gonna lie. Because well deserved.
What'd you think?
I honestly was there's nobody that deserves it more than her.
She has such a gift to this profession, and she is such a light in our work that we do, that it just made sense that we need to continue to honor and celebrate her.
So we went to surprise her.
Hi, I'm Hanna with Wish TV.
To check out Hannah's full surprise, just head over to wishtv.com, where you can not only meet this month's Golden Apple Award winner, but you can nominate a deserving teacher in your life. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Thursday, October 31st. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.